Hi there, this is David and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Today we're on the Courageous, and we just have to kind of go around and talk to people, talk to everybody. So we don't have to talk to everybody. We pretty much just have to talk to the people who have red exclamation points over their heads, but for the most part, I am going to talk to everybody, just because, we're only on here, once, so might as well see what these people have to say. Yeah, why not? Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's kind of true, gotta say. Okay. What about you? Yeah, I really don't care what you have to say. If you're gonna give him, his own name, maybe you should, try to fix his face. What is going on with that face? It's really bad. Really, really bad. Okay. And what about you? Okay. Well, with a face like that, I guess you gotta be good at something. Okay, well, let's go talk to these guys. What's up? Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure that you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard, though. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Ruer knowing that we had an Imperial escort. Indeed, you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not this ship's only purpose. Well, true. Building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use is as a deterrent. Laura's right. There has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month, but I'm proud to see how much you've grown just since you enrolled at the Academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So tell me, Reen, how's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in just fine. I see, that's reassuring to hear. At times, I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course, we're glad that she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's somewhat more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope that you'll continue treating her as the lady that she is. I'm not one to abide inappropriate behavior towards my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, but I'd like to think that I know how to conduct myself towards my classmates. Good, good. That's what I wanted to hear. What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and your furtive glances? It's nothing you need to concern yourself with, just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you your field study safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. He really does care about her. Well, of course, that is her dad. Okay, so keep on moving. Let's see. From here, we just want to go down this elevator, and we might as well just do the third floor first. We're on the second floor at this moment. Okay, let's see. We can go to the front deck, and then these two rooms right there we can't actually, go and explore. It's just, it's basically the way off and on the ship, but of course we can't go on and off the ship right now because we're in flight. Oh, hey, girls, what's up? Oh, the ship is amazing. We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird. Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Grants will get my own airship if I ask him real nice. You can already fly around in Argatlam. Don't go getting greedy. That's true. The view from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. This is actually the first time I've ever been aboard an airship. I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? The airship we used in the Corps was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, its spec seems pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. Got that right. Long last, the Courageous has finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest. I'll take your word for it. These sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together. It was no easy ride, I'll say that. I doubt it would have come together without the prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all of his other official duties. And added to that, he had to take care of all the arrangement necessary to get Viscount Arside installed as its captain. I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal. Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, it needed a Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions. You could think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal. A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. The road will be a difficult one, though. True, this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar above the clouds for the first time moves my heart, just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous, and for the brave men and women of your class. Oh, Your Highness, we live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate. Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study. Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope that we'll be able to meet them. Yeah, we should be able to. So let's head on back inside and talk to some more people. Man, these loading times are just ridiculous. I know I cut them all out, but they're just crazy. Come on, no one wants to see some dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make the outfit skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in. Sure. Are you three working out what to do for the concert? Yeah, we've got the general gist of it figured out now, but let me ask you, Irene, would you prefer male or female vocals? That's a really important question too, since it'll change the audience that we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? Oh, you know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. Rehearsing will be a bit tougher, but I think that we should do it. Let us use both plans too. Yeah, you won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this. What makes them think that anybody knows how to sing? Your ideas will have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with a degree of class in order to take them on. Yeah, that is true, I've got to say. They're doing some sort of operetta as well. So let's go inside the rear deck and talk to you two. Instructor Sarah, Toval, what are you guys doing out here? Just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping. That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I last saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram. Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though. Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too. Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arside. The airship really is in a class of its own, though. It's not every day to see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master. This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it could potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people. That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now are barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though. Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors I've lost count. McLean? Wait, are you talking about? Yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over in the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works over there now too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit. The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's 2nd form and sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade. Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student at the 8 Leaf School? Cassius Bright. We're talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago, though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back. Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia? Wait, 2 years ago? It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that, but afterwards, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear sweet instructor was out of a job. I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folk from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Doors always open, you know. Me? A bracer? I never really thought about it before. Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students. Never hurts to start them early. Seriously though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something that you want to do, I wouldn't turn you down. I'll give it some thought. Yeah, why not? I mean, there is a Cold Steel number 3 coming out, I've got to say. It hasn't released in Japan yet, but, you know, I would assume that Cold Steel 2, which is going to release here in America, would cover the second year of school, but what they're going to cover in Cold Steel 3, I would imagine, would be maybe he becomes a bracer? Who knows? Okay, so down here we just have a couple people to talk to. Okay, sure. Yeah, we can't go in there either, God forbid. Let's talk to these people before I talk to those people with the exclamation points. What's up? Okay. Sure. Yeah, not really care about all that. Hey guys! I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford company was involved in developing something at this scale all this time. Then, I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and the ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give you a simple answer to that, but suffice to say the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinford group. Lately, the directors have... I knew it. Oh? Oh, hello, Master Rein. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Ruer. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Ruer, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. That's right, you're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I bring you up to speed on all things Ruer. Sure, why not? It used to be a factory town, but as it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of the steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Norcia province, it's under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. Oh, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica's his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even long-time residents occasionally wind up in places that they don't recognize. I've lost count of the number of times that I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Ruer is the Saxion iron mine. The iron mine there makes its way into the most Reinford group's products in some form or another. The amount of ore they get from just one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Saxion mine. It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Ruer, you can't miss the Reinford group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. And we'll just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. Okay, so let's go. Oh, have I talked to you yet? I don't think so. Okay. Okay. Sure. God, I keep on hitting the directional buttons and make the camera zoom in and out. It's driving me nuts. So let's head on back up to the bridge. Why not?
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruer airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Commence landing preparations, and keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best that we can. You guys be careful in Ordis, okay? Yeah, sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it, we'll be fine. We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep our mouths shut. Take care of Ruer, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. Hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time that we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1. I think I could find the energy. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. Oh, the spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard up there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will! And if I didn't say so before, that cutscene has to happen. Basically, you have to go to the 3rd floor, go outside to where Sarah and Toval is hanging out, then head back inside, and then that cutscene will occur. Otherwise, you're just kind of wandering all over the place, you know, waiting for it to happen. This tunnel goes on forever. I can't help but recall trying to navigate Gorelia Fortress. I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Ruer has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about, but I can't deny that it's true. Looks like we're finally out. Great, another maze city. We all know how much I love those. Ugh. Kind of looks like a Midgard. You know, just the way they're talking about it. I love how the graffiti is all uniform. It's like, yeah, it's graffiti, but it's like, it's planned graffiti, I guess. Whoa! The city extends above and below? That's kind of cool. Now we just need a plate to drop on the people who live in the slums. It looks very communist. Well, Ruer grew up around steel and fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You were right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time that I was here. The Reinford corporate headquarters is in the upper level, right? That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruer, home of the Reinford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Well, why not? Sounds like a good thing as any to do, so let's head on up there. We have to have a special cutscene just go on an escalator? Whoa, a moving staircase! Even the capital doesn't have this. What'd you say they're called again? Escalators? Right, the first one was built in Zeiss. After that, the technicians decided that they tried to build one here too. Guess they just wanted to show off a little, huh? Like kids, I swear. Oh, look at that. What is that? It's an awfully strange shape for a building. Wait, that's not even a building, is it? Nice catch, Reen. That's actually an orbital generator. But it's so big. Ruer has many factories and industrial facilities that the city uses an enormous amount of orbital energy. Having large generators that send energy where it's needed is more efficient than each factory producing its own energy. That's quite a setup. Technology's really come a long way in such a short time. All that dialogue on the escalator I was not controlling, by the way. It was all automatic, so if you didn't catch it, pause. But I think for the most part I read it all. It kind of surprised me too. I was like, wait, I didn't hit the X button. I've seen the building in pictures, but it's even more commanding in person. Guess you wouldn't expect any less from Reinford's corporate headquarters. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw it either. It's a big building, sure, though not as big as the Orcus Tower in Crossbell. That's a 40-floor skyscraper, the tallest on the continent now, I think. That's the tower we could see from Gorelia Fortress, right? Yeah, that's where they were holding the trade conference last month. No need to be so modest, Elisa. It's your family's digs. No one's gonna mind if you talk it up a bit. I'm not trying to. Well, shall we go inside? Why not? Let's head on inside. We'll explore the town next time. This place reminds me very much of Shinra Towers. I mean, the whole place just screams Midgar. But this place in particular, I'm getting a very Shinra vibe from here. You know, for Elisa being a commoner, she certainly has a lot more than it looks like Laura, or hell, maybe even Eustace. I don't know. I mean, my god, look at this place. But is this supposed to be your house? Like, seriously, this isn't a house, this is an office building. It's just as fancy on the inside. Are these all scale models of machines Reinford makes? Yep, I'll tell you more about them later if you're interested. Lady Elisa! Hello, Dalton. It's good to see you again. Oh, the pleasure's all mine. It's been 6 months since you've been home. I heard you were attending a military academy at the outskirts of the capital, but it looks like you finally decided to come back and visit the old homestead. Yeah, here I am. We'll be staying for the next 3 days. I see. That's wonderful news. Keep taking good care of her, Sharon. I certainly will. Wow, it's one thing to hear about it, but I know what you mean. Kind of brings home the fact that she's Reinford. Well, let's just get going, okay? Allow me to show you the chairman's office. We'll be going up to the 23rd floor. Oh, that's, Elisa's mother. Excuse me, Madam Chairman. I brought the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. Bring them in. As you wish. I love how she's using a fountain pen. She's a laptop there and a fountain pen. It's like the 1800s meets the 2000s. Why wouldn't you use a ballpoint pen? Wow! You can tell the buck stops here. That's one hell of a view.
So it looks like the Courageous's inaugural flyover in Heimdall and Ruer was a success. But don't release an official statement until tomorrow. Yes, that'll be fine. Yes, I'd like you to begin as soon as possible. And keep a careful eye out for any insider trading. Hello, Irina Reinford speaking. Yes, I understand. Fast-track the construction on the special train if you can. No, pay it no mind. I doubt Crossbell-related shares rising is indicative of a larger market trend. But sell them all early next month. Timing is key here.
Wow, she's like a commander issuing orders across multiple fronts. Yeah, it's impressive to see Toa do it, but Mrs. Reinford seems to have it down to a science. She's a general on the battlefield of business.
Right.
What a total bitch! How are you not gonna hug your own daughter?
We all have other matters we need to attend to, so I'll get right to the point. Here.
What?
Thank you.
I've cleared my schedule to dine with you this evening, so anything you wish to discuss can wait until then. I'll leave the rest to you, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. When do you expect to return this evening?
I'm planning on 7. Have our guests enjoy a night cruise, if you will.
That sounds splendid. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
That's it? That's all you have to say? I don't care if you ignore me, that's nothing new, but my classmates are here and you're on our board of directors. Would it kill you to show at least a little interest?
Elisa.
Whoa, Elisa, it's okay. You don't need to get worked up for our sake.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention.
Huh?
If you want to return in one piece, I'd suggest you steer clear of the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police. The same goes for the Marquis's mansion, though I can't imagine what business would take you there. Use common sense, and don't try to overstep your bounds. That'll be all.
Have a safe trip, Madam Chairman.
Wow, your mom's a real piece of work, Elisa.
The army only wishes it was that efficient.
She certainly has the mettle to head up an international company like this, to say the least.
See? You see why I didn't want to come back now? You can't tell me that gave you a great impression of her.
I think you're being a little hard on her.
She was looking out for our safety, giving us that advice.
Just forget it. Getting all worked up and storming off in a huff is what she wants me to do, and I'm not going to give her the satisfaction.
Okay.
We'll be back before sundown, Sharon. I'd like you to have the guest rooms and dinner preparations sorted by then. Oh, and see to our luggage, would you?
As you wish. Have a safe trip, everyone.
You know, I'm all in favor of jumping right into the field study tasks, but it really okay to just dump all of our luggage on Sharon? I was wondering the same thing. All our luggage together must have quite a heft. It's Sharon, she'll be fine. Honestly, can you imagine her breaking a sweat carrying suitcases? I can't. You've got a point. She'll probably carry them all in one go. Well, looking after guests does seem to be your specialty. Exactly. Anyway, let's see what kinds of things we've got lined up for us on this trip. Alright. Okay, something at the Ruer Institute of Technology, something about our Arcus units, and a monster hunting task. Oh, we can do all that. Okay. Looks like she hit the sweet spot with a challenge factor. Kinda reminds me of Marcus' dad. I can't really deny it. I'll bet she's so sure she got us pegged, she probably thinks we won't be able to finish all these. But just you watch. We'll finish up every last one before this evening. That'll show her. That's the spirit. Anyway, it's only 11:30 now, so we've got plenty of time before sundown. We've definitely got the hang of this whole field study thing by now, so let's show Ruer some Class 7 spirit. Right. And we'll show him that spirit and start on those quests, next time on Let's Play Legend Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.